Wow, what an amazing video that was. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the RMIT Singapore Bachelor Design in Communication Design Graduate Exhibition for 2021, the 53 Collective. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Ray.
And we will be your MCs
MCs
for today. Before we begin, we would like to thank our lecturers, new students, family, and friends who are here today for attending our much anticipated grad show. If you have missed out on the exciting moments of day one, you can head over to 53collective.com to view our recording at the end of today's event. Welcome to the second and final day of 53 Collective.
This year's colorful, energetic show focuses on bold fluidity. All 53 of us hit the ground running in the middle of a global pandemic and had to adapt, innovate, flex, and evolve as we waded through the many challenges we faced together. Today, we conclude our journey as the 19th batch of the BDCD graduating students and celebrate the achievements we have made over the course of the past year. If you have any questions to the grad show, please send them to Mentimeter. Feel free to use your phone or computer to vote, and we will answer them at the end of the show. And without further ado, let's begin the show.
So to start off the show, I am delighted to invite our lecturer, Chris, to open up the grad show. Let's put our hands together for Chris.
All right. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Yeah, finally, huh? Now, first of all, I thank you, Ray and Shannon. Thank you, everyone. Now, I'm really glad to have this opportunity to address on this second days of the BDCD 1953 Collective grad show. So just pardon me for a short 1-2 minutes to introduce myself. And the reason I think it's important that I share this because it matters a lot to me in terms of how this course has been evolved over the years. So once again, my name is Chris, and I'm one of the associate lecturers for BDCD, Bachelor of Communication Design, as I'm RMIT. Now, together with me later on, you'll see, you'll meet some of my colleagues who will be presenting and conducting the workshop in the later part of the show. Now, my connection with this program started, I would say, 2.5 decades ago. And I don't mean that BDCD start then, it was really me back in the 90s as a young boy, intend to do something about designs. That's where, and when I enrolled into this, I still remember it's called Bridging Program. It's a bridging design program that it's like a pre-universities program, 1 year that I enrolled in RMIT. So that was the first time that I have a small taste of what is design like. After completion of 1 year, I continued further study 3 years with, back then it's called Bachelor of Graphic Design. Essentially, this is like a same course. It's just that throughout the years it evolved, and here we are, Com Design. Now, so after 3 years of completing the courses back in Melbourne, it was close to the end of the 90s. Now, I'm going to use something more metaphorical to share about these stories. Now, as a fresh grad, back then I got this feeling about, because I have certain ambitions about what design is like, what is industry is like. I've seen those people, those great work that happen in the surroundings. Now, but then when I graduate, somehow I got this feeling about I will just miss the big boat, that I was at the port, and I just see the end of the boat just leaving the port. Now, why I say so, because when I start to actually engage in the industry, I realized that a lot of things is not seems to be what I used to thought what I can do. I tend to do a lot of great works and all this, but where the clients start to set in, when the reality can start to set in. But having said so, I wasn't disheartened. I managed to get myself a boat. And in fact, I was working as a designer for at least about 5-6 years before I start to engage into my freelance and my own clienteles. Now, so what happened is closing to the end of 2009, all right, that's where I started to involve in teaching for BDCD program. Now, so when I start teaching, when I start talking to students, so some of them will ask me, so like, for example, when they're about to graduate, they will ask me things like, how is it like, you know? So for me, I would say to them that, okay, for you, I kind of managed to grab on the boat, but for you, there are still plenty of different boats, right? It's not used to be like, oh, no, I have to be working in a design firm. I have to be in an agency, right? There are many new forms of design approach, discipline, practice around. So in the sense that I tell my students, right, you don't have to be seeing what had happened before, but really look at what's happening back then. In the sense that going across to the 2000s, right, 2010s, right, onwards, some of the students will ask me the same thing, and I'll just tell them that now, here you go. You still have plenty of book, but at the same time, you got to prepare yourself. You have to have your own specs or calibrations to build on the boat, so that make your boat is actually sail in a different way. In the sense that that era, you can see that a lot of company, they are looking for designer with a multidisciplinary kind of practice, right? So it's no longer just which stream and what stream. Now, so here we are now talking about this current batch, right? So if you ask me, what kind of boats are you looking for? Now, judging from what's happening since last year and now, right? And you can see there's a lot of new norms happening, whether in terms of businesses, in terms of learning. I'm sure some of you experienced that. So to me, I think it's more important that you is the best time now to build your own boat. Do something that has never happened before, all right? Something that some discipline, some practice, some startup that never done before. There's a lot of opportunities. And especially since last year till then, till now, you can see that people are more receptive to a lot of changes that's happening. All right. And with the technology that's available and with the knowledge that you can garner on, I really think that there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of things exciting ahead of you. All right. Um, having said that, of course, I'm really, really, really glad that to see this show happens. As you can understand that I involved from the beginning as well, and how much time we have put through this. And finally, here we go. We have this Victory Collective, right? For those of you that are not familiar, please spend time to look at our students' work, whether from the website, and in it, you can also look at the link that they have others more works that connect with the Google Drive. They also have their contact details. I really urge you to actually spend some time, look at their works, see what they have presented to you, and by all means, contact my students here and talk to them about their works. Apart from just the form that they are presenting, let them share with you the concept behind it, the passion, the emotional, the warm felt heart time that they have put into this work and present to you today. Now, and lastly, I would say that like what they say, this is not the end for my 19 batch of students. Indeed, right, this should be the mark of the beginning of the new milestone for you. And those of you that attended my classes, you know I've been talking a lot about lifelong learning, and you all also know that I'm also still learning. So nothing should stop you from keep learning, upskill and reskill. And if you remember those classes that I brought some of the alumni and share with some very valuable insights about the industry, remember I did ask you about this. So one day, if I call upon your help, please show your love and support to the BDCD and come back to talk to our students. All right. So I hope everyone enjoyed the show, and all the best with all of you. Thank you very much.
All right. So before we move on, Chris, I actually have a question for you. What's
Okay.
the best advice you can give to the cohort?
Oh, okay. So this is always something that I share a lot. In fact, I share a bit just now. Like, don't stop learning, and be open to anything. Don't restrict yourself about certain things that, oh, because I was told like this, I was learned by this, I was teach by this, but open to all the possibilities. And I think this is the only constant. So it's really like just keep learning, and this will open up a lot more opportunities for you as well. All right, you never know where the journey will lead to. Yeah. Okay.
Does anyone else have any questions for Chris?
Yep. And I think later we will have another session with the lecturer. So if you have, do jot it down later on. We can still discuss, no problem.
Okay, okay. All right. So thank you, Chris, for making time to be here with us.
Thank you.
Now, let us show you our very own grad show website. Created by our amazing digital team, the website showcases all our unique major projects and personal stories through this course. Feel free to go through our website after we're done with the opening ceremony to view our students' work.
There are 53 portraits, each representing a unique designer in our cohort. When you click on each portrait, you can learn more about each of us, our strengths, and a synopsis of our final year project. Additionally, you can click here to access our Google Drive to give you a more in-depth behind-the-scenes look at the design process and thinking of each project. Now you may be thinking that's a lot of students to go through. Don't worry, our collections can be filtered by skills and community of practice through branding, illustration, UI/UX, advertising, and many more. Depending on who you're looking for, you can search by name, shortlist your favorite, and discover all-around talent. So do visit 53collective.com after the launch to find out more.
Wow, that was really a thorough video of the website. So actually, Rose has sent the link to our website in the chat, so you guys can check it out after. So now we will begin with our award ceremony. So in this segment, we will be presenting awards to students in the cohort that are relevant and personal and encapsulates our one-year experience with one another. So these are the categories. The first one is most compelling project. The second is outstanding improvement project. And the third is the Model International Student Award.
The first category is the most compelling project award. At times, as artists, we aim to polish our craft even to the minute details. In doing so, we may overlook our master plan and how to end the project. This award goes to the project with the most well-rounded concept that is executed with great visuals to express their design intent to the finest degree. And the first award goes to Toto Crafters by Rashika. Congratulations, Rashika. Would you like to say a few words?
Hi everyone, good afternoon. So I'm Rashika. So today I'm really overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive the Most Compelling Project Award. So today I'm actually joined by my family as well as my friends. So thank you all for being here to share the joy together. I'm so honored to have my work recognized in this way by the cohort. Many hours went into shaping and designing Chocho Crafters, and it means so much to me that the work I'm so passionate about also resonates with others. This accomplishment is not something that I did alone, and there are many others who deserve to share in this award. I'd like to thank my family, especially my mom, who've worked on the project with me by teaching me how to sew the plushes. Without you, I would have stuck with a mental breakdown right after I started sewing the first thread. Thank you, Chris and Beck, who were guiding me through this assignment and constantly giving me the encouragement to explore. I would also like to thank my friends and classmates who often give their critical feedback just so that I can improve and design a better project for my consumers. Chocho Crafters was a project started from my passion to contribute back to the society while maximizing my creative profession. I had to first try to understand consumers' behavior and how that affected social interactions. Then I worked my way to understand that there is a problem with the oversaturation of media and the overuse and dependence on technology has on the development of young children. This could actually lead to mental health issues such as low self-esteem, anxiety, and etc., which is a serious recurring issue in Singapore. Therefore, it is important that my solution was sensitively designed to not only appeal to young children, but also to communicate to young parents who may be the driving factor for this solution. There is a need to educate parents and increase the awareness among them as well. We all could be or already are parents, so we definitely want what's best for our child. So let's start to introduce healthier entertainment methods that can still induce the same educational benefits. I will continue my efforts to become a good listener and strive to be a great graphic designer one day, and do look forward to my creative and innovative solutions in the years to come. I'm really humble and appreciative. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Rashika.
Rashika.
Oh, can I just ask a question, Rashika? What made you decide on the name Toto Crafter? Because it's a very interesting name. I'm just very curious.
Chocho crafters. Okay, for those who are unsure what chocho actually means smelly in Mandarin, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that's
So-
correct. That's correct.
So it's actually a comfort object that I think most of us have when we are younger. So it's actually something that we grow up with and something we seek for when we want a sense of comfort. So I think it was a good idea for this project because I want children to actually feel safe, feel comfortable with the touch that they actually saw and grow up with it as well to create more memories for themselves.
So, did you personally have a Toto when you were growing up?
Wow, I think I do, but probably have thrown it away because as the name says, it's Chocho.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Rashika.
Thank
So
you.
on to the next category. It is Outstanding Improvement Project Award. So as budding designers, it is important that we strive to realize our best potential, even if they may seem like baby steps. This project goes to the designer who has showcased a high level of improvement that is consistent throughout their BDCD journey and is acknowledged by the 53 collective cohort.
And the award goes to Green Steps by Cheryl. Congratulations, Cheryl. Please share a few words with us.
I would like to thank everyone who voted for me for this category. I am honored and humbled to receive this award as it is a recognition that I am at least making progress in this 1 year. So I first came into this course not knowing what to expect and not much design skills. And there are times where I would doubt and question myself if I have made the right choice and if I actually have the skills and ability to be a designer. Thus, this award means a lot to me, and I'm really thankful to the amazing team of lecturers who taught and guided me throughout this journey, and also thankful to my friends who are always so willing to extend their help to guide me and answer all my questions despite having their own assignments to rush as well. And also thankful to my very supportive classmates who always cheers me on and encourages me as well. So I really appreciate you guys a lot. I still have a long way to go in improving my designing skill, but this 1 year with BDCD has been a very meaningful journey doing something that I like. And lastly, I also want to use this chance to congratulate everyone for coming this far and happy graduation, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Cheryl, can I ask
Oh
what
yeah, sure.
exactly is Green Step about?
Green Step is a reward-based mobile application that strives to encourage Singaporeans to do eco-friendly measures. So it's a reward-based. So once you bring your own container, reusable containers or tumblers, you actually get to get points. You get to earn points by scanning the QR code in the 5 enterprise that I'll be partnering. And then once you have accumulated enough points, you can then redeem rewards like vouchers and all that. in the selected enterprise as well. Yeah, so it's to encourage people to go green.
Nice. I like that idea though.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you again. And so for our last category is the Model International Student Award. So hailing from a faraway hometown, it has been especially difficult for our international students to adapt to the new lifestyle here. Let's take a moment to celebrate our students' bravery in overcoming the odds in this trying time. In 53 Collective, we value diversity and uphold the integrity of a modern creative. This award goes to the international student who has overcome language barriers to build trust and consistency in their academics and relationship with their peers.
And the award goes to Yadan. Congratulations, Yadan. Please share a few words with us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Thanks, Ray and Shannon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yadan, an international student from China. I'm honored to win this award. Thanks, Cohort, for voting me. And I also want to thank RNIT for providing me a chance to learn, to grow, to improve. To be honest, I was very unconfident and stressed at first because my previous major was screen media. It's about filming. I'm not very good at graphic design. I even didn't know how to use Photoshop and Illustrator at first. But fortunately, I have great lecturers and friends that are very willing to help me and always encourage me. When I was confused, they would explain and teach me patiently. I would like to thank them for all the knowledge they shared, and I really appreciate them taking time out of their busy schedule to help me with my project. And throughout the whole communication design project program, I learned that design can shape the world around us. In the future, I will use my filming and design skills to create a more sustainable world. So finally, congratulations once again, and wish us good luck with the future ahead. Have a great day.
Thank you, Yatan. So we actually
you.
have a question for you. Are there times where you miss your hometown?
Sorry?
Like are there times that you miss your hometown like throughout this whole 1 year?
Not really. Yeah, because I'm here. I have friends that they are always with me. Yeah.
I see. Okay, cool.
And so, what would you say was the biggest challenge throughout this course for you?
I think the branding design, like brand guide. I remember like maybe the first semester we need to create a brand guide in Brief 2 Studio 3. Yeah. Then I even used like a whole week to understand what is brand guide. Yeah. And also I think English is also a very big challenge for me. But like Jackie and my Yu, they very willing to help me to improve my English.
That's nice.
That's great.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Do you have any more questions, Ray?
Yes. So, was there any times whereby you felt like, perhaps maybe you can share with the students like what you did when there were times where you felt like you had a block, like a mental block, or like was there anything that you did to sort of gain inspiration, maybe from your past experiences?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Oh, okay, so it's like maybe if there were times whereby you felt like you had no inspiration or you had a mental block that you didn't know how
Oh,
to approach the mod
oh,
assignments?
I think the InDesign, the capstone project. Yeah, we need to use InDesign. Then I don't know how to use it, and yeah, so at that time I was like very stressed. But uh, but I think she helped me a lot. Like she know my English is not very good, so she explained she teach me how to use the InDesign in Chinese. Right. So yeah, so I think finally I can I know how to use that.
Okay, that's great. It's nice to know that like everyone here is really supportive. So
Yeah, and I
yeah, thank
think
you.
you gained a lot of friends, new friends as well, right? Friends that are very close to you now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you again, Yatan. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
now we are gonna do a poll. Okay, we're gonna do a poll. Okay, wait. Okay, so the question on the screen is, what was your favorite module throughout the course?
Well, that's a tough one.
True. I think I can't choose.
What are your top few picks?
I would say capstone actually.
Really? Oh, right. Yeah, I think you mentioned to me before you really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the link has been sent by Rose into the chat and the code is there as well. If you say capstone, you get high distinction. I want high distinction. Okay, so someone said Studio 3. Cool, keep the answers coming. Capstone, Studio 5. Capstone and Studio 5, nice. Yeah, so I really enjoyed Capstone because I got to work with my partner Ray, and it was nice because even though I was already friends with her like throughout the year, I actually got to know her more as a friend and as a designer. So it was really interesting to work on that module. Yeah. There's people who said ECDE, extending com design, semicolon. Oh, semicolon, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, that was
Melbourne
one of
tour.
my top few picks as well. The semi.
Yeah.
Because I quite like the project we did with the zine culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really hands-on, but I quite enjoyed it, and we learned a lot about the place itself. So
That's true. We did get to learn a lot about the place, even though we didn't get to go there, which was kind of a bummer. But you know what? It's fine because we got to do it here.
yeah.
Okay, cool. What else? All of it. Someone said all of it. So someone actually really enjoyed every single module throughout the whole year.
Someone
Game
said
design.
game design. Yeah, it was game design.
Oh, right. Cavvy's module.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice too. Someone voted Marcom.
Marcom.
Wow, that's interesting.
Interesting. Professional
Nobody,
practice.
nobody enjoyed the grad show preparation with me.
Capstone with Adam. I don't know. Keep the answers coming, guys. Okay. I love grad show. Someone said I love grad show. Capstone is really big, so
Yeah, I think
I
a lot
think
of
most people actually really enjoyed that module.
because I think it was the way we had to work towards the assignments that was quite memorable, you know. Like we
Yeah.
did activities that we never really had second thoughts about before. Like I remember we played Never Have I Ever for one of
Oh
part of-
yeah.
and then we looked at each other's fashion sense as well. And
Oh,
it's
where's
the little
Russell?
details- it's the little details that showed a big part of who we are.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
often overlook. And
Someone said not Marco. And then someone said, yes, Chris. Grad show with Reg, anything with Reg. Wow, so many answers. Okay, so on to the next question. Okay, which module did you find to be the most difficult?
It's difficult. That's a tough one as well.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Someone
Marcoms.
really big Marcoms.
That's a huge Marcoms.
Oh, yeah.
Major project.
Marcoms there's so many people writing Marcoms.
Yeah, so many people are saying Marcom.
Client management is really big too.
Oh,
I think
someone sent an emoji.
I think client management was because it was very report based.
Yeah, so
there was a lot of writing and like
writing ain't for us.
Sorry?
Writing ain't for us. We're made to design. Marcom's just dead. Ayo. Hey, okay. There's a lot of people who said Marcom. Okay, I kind of agree with that though. Yeah.
I think it's a tie between Marcom and client management because both had quite a lot of writing to be done.
That's true.
Yeah. I think but Marcom was the one that we had a group project with, right? We were supposed to pick a product.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
I think that was slightly more manageable because it was a group work. So it didn't feel like you had to do everything on your own. Yeah. So I think then client management is the one that was really tough for me because I had no idea whether or not I was answering the questions right.
Yeah. Oh well. At least it's over and we got through it, so
I'm glad that you and Lydia helped me a lot through it. I remember I was asking you guys on WhatsApp, like, oh my god, is this right? How did you guys answer this? Is it this? Is it this? Are they looking for this? Is this worth 9 marks?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think that's all for the poll. Okay, so now let's move on to the second part of the award presentation. Okay, so we will be presenting awards to students in the cohort whose values are relevant in the design industry. The results were collected via an anonymous poll held amongst our peers. So these are the categories: outstanding professionalism, best peer mentor, most empathetic, most lively, most diligent, and most keen learner. So starting off is the Outstanding Professionalism Award. In this life stage, we identify as emerging designers who are learning the ropes of the industry to leave long-lasting positive impressions. This student demonstrates professionalism with their capability to separate personal matters and professional practices in order to excel throughout their BDCD journey.
And the first award goes to Michelle. Congratulations, Michelle. Please share a few words with us.
Hi, thanks Ray, thanks Shannon, and thank you to everyone for thinking well of me. I'm honored to have won this award and would like to congratulate the upcoming award winners for their excellence as well. 53 Collective is the product of tireless efforts by a team of talented designers that I worked alongside with. It is our statement to the world to show how we have overcome the odds in a year of disruption. And I kind of wrote this script like a couple of times, and I just felt like I wanted to dedicate my time today to acknowledge the people who have been supporting me throughout my journey instead. To start, thank you to my family for your unconditional support. You may not always understand what I do, yet thank you for letting me focus on what I love instead of, say, worrying about finances or anything like that. Despite this award, I wasn't always seen as outstanding. I had many doors shut on me. So thank you to the amazing educators at RMIT and SIM for giving me a proper chance to grow into a better designer. To my fellow friends in BDCD, thank you for giving me this platform where we could learn from one another from the start to the end. While we didn't have much time together, thank you so much for being very warm and welcoming despite us kind of just studying in the midst of a pandemic. Our presentations were full of dreams that were backed by knowledge, passion, and diligence. Time after time, I found myself getting blown away by the great designs, and it was a pleasure to be in such an encouraging space. And of course, thank you all for not judging me when I was pretty thick-skinned and made the group chats before class started. I was actually pretty scared the night before, but thankfully I'm glad that everything worked out and that we all got to know each other better. And special thanks to my close friends who always show me out even though I choose to stay at home, and also to allow me to have like a safe space to be myself outside of work. During the preparation of 53 Collective, as one of the project managers, I felt a huge weight on my shoulders, and sometimes I felt my best wasn't good enough. Perhaps some of you may have felt the same way this year. So a huge thanks to the project management team for being my pillar of support and for sharing your wisdom with me. I really could not have asked for a better team to do this entire grad show with. For the past year, I was not always sure of what I did, but what I can say for sure right now is that without all of you here, this graduation show would not be what we see today. I'm always learning more about life from you, and thank you once again for this award. I wish everyone all the best in your future endeavors, just as you have done for mine. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned like this journey so far has a lot of up and downs, and I wanna ask, what was your favorite memory of your BDCD journey?
Oh, my favorite memory of BDCD. Well, I felt like it was just yesterday that I shared about the project, but I guess my favorite memory was well, I have to kind of, there's a lot to pick from, I'll be honest. But I think it was the first few lessons that we had with Neil in communication pract, where I was like so lost. I knew nobody there, but everyone was just like, even just through the Zoom chats, you could tell that everyone wanted to be friends, and we were just chatting. And then right after, we hopped on like Discord and to play games and stuff. And I think it's quite rare to be in an environment where everyone is so open and willing to befriend each other. Usually it's always a bit like quiet at first. Yeah, but we got to know each other really quickly. And that was what made the year for me. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I have another question. What inspires you the most as a designer?
What inspires me most as a designer? A few things come to my mind, but if I would have to say, it's about the things and also people in my life. A lot of my best works come from my observations and even conversations I have with my friends. And yeah, sometimes we would just be kind of chilling, and I would tell them like, hey, you know, I'm doing this thing, I'm kind of stuck right now. And or even like we could just be talking, and then we're like, what if let's say we had this idea, how would that work out? And I find that to be one of my um motivators, I guess. Yeah, and then also the really great designers on the internet also help motivate me. Yeah, it is quite frustrating when you see designers younger than you achieving much more. So I think that also reminds me to kind of work hard and just um, never stop trying to chase after what I want to do. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Now on to our next category.
Thank you.
It's Best Peer Mentor Award.
Just like a collective, designers are never alone and often work together as a team. A team player who takes the initiative will always be a warm welcome to any creative team. This student is well known to be a supportive peer who willingly guides with their vast experience and knowledge. Their boundless generosity encourages others to improve and achieve their best potential in their BDCD journey.
And the award goes to Jianming. Congratulations, Jianming.
Congratulations, Semi.
Would you like to say a few words?
Oh, hello. Hi. Yeah. A huge thank you to those who voted for me. Yeah. So, actually, yeah, I prepared a bit of a speech.
All
So, yeah,
right.
actually, helping out has been something I really enjoy doing, especially when it comes to design feedback and guidance. So because I feel it's really important to look out for another peer's well-being, especially in this like pandemic situation where we are all cooped up at home, right? So yeah, that's why I feel like we need to always communicate and understand what the other person is going through, and then therefore we can make the person move forward in their assignments or projects. And I believe this award is not just for me, it's also like a mindset and attitude that we can all aspire to be within our communities even after graduation. So when you go on to the working world, you should also be have this kind of mentality with you, so to help out within your team so that you can move forward to greater heights. And please continue to uphold values of professionalism, courage, and the integrity out there, and never give up on your future projects. I think it's super important that you guys keep track of what you guys do and make sure that it's you guys can do the best lah. Yeah, basically. And if you think you haven't been upholding this, I suggest you do so, because word spreads very quickly within the industry. So
Yeah.
yeah, so please be prepared for this and try to do your best even after graduation. Um, all the assignments we have done here are just like a tiny glimpse of what we expect in the design industry. It really simulates what the projects that like I've done previously in my work experience. And I believe this course has prepared us enough for what's upcoming, right? And in any case, continue to help one another out and give hope so others can pay it forward and make it a better place for everyone to design collaboratively. Why I like no voice like that. Okay, never mind. Uh, so for the incoming cohort, right, I hope you'll embrace what comes next. Your 1 year experience might be short, but the sleepless day and night working through the assignments are all worth it. Yep. Help one another out throughout these times and learn from each other. Yeah. I wish everyone all the best for their future endeavors. And I'll end with a quote here from Barack Obama, It says, the best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make things happen, you fill the world with hope and you fill yourself with hope. Thank you.
Wow, that was really good.
Yep.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing, Timing. So I got one question.
Yes.
Who are you most grateful for?
Most grateful for
Yes.
uh uh there's a lot of people I'm grateful for. I think most importantly, I think it would be my girlfriend. Yeah, I think she's here also. Yeah, so there were times where I felt really I had a lot of mental breakdowns, and she was the one who encouraged me a lot lah. But her way of encouragement is very different. She will be like, don't care about them, just do what you do, right? If you know what's right in your heart, just do what you do. Yeah, don't just ignore that big thick skin. Then yeah, I'm also very grateful for my peers as well. I'm not the person I am without them, right? Like especially for the PM team, the teams I've worked with, Grabbook, sponsorship, launch, digital team, right? Promotions as well. Sorry if I missed out. Oh, and face to face, yes, yeah, yeah. So I'm grateful for everyone who has helped out in this journey with me. I didn't forget face to face, okay? Yep.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Demi.
Oh, and branding, yes, branding. Yep.
Okay, so moving on to the next category, most empathetic award. Besides technical competency, a strong hallmark of a good designer is their ability to pay attention to the fine details. This student is a great listener who empathizes with their peers without bias or prejudice. They have demonstrated a high level of compassion when answering to creative briefs during their BDCD journey. And the award goes to
And the award goes to Rashika once again. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes. Okay. So hi everyone. So today I'm very happy to be joined my family as well as my friends this afternoon. And firstly, I would like to say that it's a huge honor for me to win this most empathetic peer award. To think that we are all complete strangers about 1 year ago, it's quite fascinating. So to my support system, from sleepless intensive week to Discord calls till dawn, to my dad who picks me up from campus when I'm drained out, to my sisters who never fail to make me smile when I'm down and handle my highly sensitive personality when I'm swamped with work, to my mom who told me it's okay to slow down and move. To my
okay, come. You got this. You got this.
No worries, Rashika.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
To my mom who told me it's okay to slow down and move at my own pace. To my friends who constantly feed me with the reassurance I need and reminding me of my passion and purpose and why I do it anyway. Thank you. In this 1 year, I had many firsts. First virtual lesson, I made my first Facebook account. I made my first virtual presentation, first virtual Melbourne trip, first time taking a marketing module, and many other firsts. The friends that I made along the way were nothing short of amazing, as they always try to show their support and encourage me to achieve greater things, although they constantly struggle to match my high level energy. My first attempt to make friends was to make sure that I had the opportunities to start conversations. I would consider myself I would consider giving gifts as a way for me to portray my love language. And that's what I did. Gummies! So what a better way to get to know someone than giving them snacks to chew on during class. And that one small packet of gummy to each classmate turned strangers to friends and hopefully a lifelong friendship. Even with their own struggles, they will always try their best to look out for me and make sure I will be able to succeed in school. Which what saddens me sometimes was to see some of them really exhausted and sometimes on the edge of giving up. During those times, I wish I could transfer my energy to them so that they could feel the little spark of motivation they might have needed. I'm sure as creative individuals, we always want to try our best to create effective designs and interesting concepts, but ideas don't come easy. There's something about the creative process that requires you to be in a certain frame of mind, to be feeling inspired and focused and in the zone so that you can create your best work. So it's especially frustrating when you're chugging along, trying to be your most brilliant, creative self, and nothing feels right, and you're struggling with a creative block. I'm extremely thankful that we have lecturers that we can turn to if we have any doubt or any troubles with the assignments given. And as long as you have the will to learn and the motivation to improve, the lecturers are always there to guide you along and give you a little push. And if I may give a quick shout out, Jack, Cavvy, Chris, Kim, Reg, Lay, Neil, Adam, Beck, and the rest of the who join us for the semi-cooling virtual Melbourne tour. On behalf of the class, thank you very much. So you guys, all the lecturers here today have taught us skills beyond design and have paved the way for us to grow into beautiful individuals with a big heart. This empathetic peer award is not just for me, as cliche as it may sound, but it's for each and every one of my other 52 friends who has been providing encouragement and support to not just me, but to one another as well during this 1 year. To my cheeky, pretty cool, slightly hyped but super fun 52 classmates behind 53 collective, thank you for the great 1 year. Those little interactions will definitely be remembered and put close to heart. To my sponsorship team, thank you for the 6 to 7 months that we had. And lastly, to my small group of friends who have tuned in today, thank you for embracing me. This awesome graduation show wouldn't be as awesome if it wasn't a collective effort from the 53 of us and of course our extremely supportive lecturers both locally and in Melbourne. It is a challenging time to be graduating into, but as long as everything recovers well and quickly, everyone is safe and healthy, I'll say that I have the most memorable graduation ever. I've always said this at the end of my last presentation for every module, but this time not just to me, but this time not just to my classmates, but everyone who is present with us here today. Be kind to yourself. You're doing the best that you can. For the last time, till the day everyone can say, I'm good, genuinely and sincerely, I hope to continue spreading joys and laughters and the awareness about yourself that the world is lacking in. This is not the end, it's merely just the beginning. With that, from your coolest friend, I am Norashka, and thank you for joining University with me.
Wow, that was amazing, Rashika.
That was such an inspiring speech, really.
Really, I really can relate to it a lot. I'm sure the journey was tough and there were times where you felt like you lost a lot of motivation or you just couldn't pick yourself up. But I'm sure that, you feel very blessed that you have such a strong support from your parents, from your family, from your friends and everybody through this journey. I'm so happy that we got through all of this together, because I went through a lot through this as well. So I can really understand where you're coming from. And I think that's why you really deserve the most empathetic award because your speech was amazing. So one question from me what was your maybe best memory from the journey or maybe a time whereby you look back and you realize that you became stronger?
Wow, what a very tough question. I think the most memorable memory that I had would be the first time I actually stepped onto campus for classes, because most of the classes were held virtually before we actually hit to campus when COVID was better.
Right. Yeah.
So because we didn't get to see everybody's faces online, right? If they didn't on their cameras. So I really couldn't recognize which are the people I talked to because of their masks. So I only can see half of their faces. So what was really funny was because my first partner for the project was YX, and our class didn't have many guys. So I initially thought that when I was sitting in class, the person in front of me was YX. So I texted him, "Hi, I see you. You're in front of me." And then he replied, "Oh, that's not me. I'm behind the class." So I think it's pretty funny that that happened, and he actually journeyed through university till the last day of the assignment. I'm really thankful that I've met him, and I think he's someone who motivates me, although he doesn't know that he gives me the encouragement to actually explore more. I think he deserves this shout out. Thanks, YX.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we'll just have another poll. And I think Rose will be the one to send it. So let's just give her a moment.
Yeah. So Shannon, what was your favorite memory from the BDC journey?
Favorite memory. That's interesting. I'm not really sure. Oh, okay, wait.
What was your favorite segment of the grad show so far? Shannon, do you want to share what's yours?
I'm thinking. Favorite segment of the grad show so far.
I think mine is a bit of a unconventional answer. Mine would be when we have to rush to ad lib.
Oh,
because it's what makes the whole thing so, oh my god, what we do, it's exciting, it's exhilarating, and it's very stressful, but it's also, you know, it's what makes the experience memorable. You know?
Who said my laughter? Oh my god. Okay, so for me, my favorite segment was Rashika's speech. It was very touching.
Oh, yeah.
So
I really like that speech too.
Yes.
I can relate to it so much. I mean, you know that, you know, there are a lot of times where I tell you like, oh, Shannon, I have no motivation to do this. I just want to get it done and over with.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Someone said the beginning. Which part of the beginning?
The video. Maybe they're talking about the video.
Maybe the video? Yeah, probably. Very ambiguous. Okay, someone said seeing Ming.
Oh, Ming.
Yeah. And
shout
keep the speeches coming. Shout out to Tyrone. 53 collective teaser video. Nice.
Yeah, the video is really well done.
Yep. Okay. So the biggest one is still our cute MC. So Ray, we're doing great.
We're trying our best.
Yeah, okay. Someone said the love and support. So I guess throughout the whole grad show, everyone has been showing their love and support. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Our cute hats. Yes.
I don't get it. Cute hats.
It's okay.
My Zoom isn't supporting it.
It's alright. Cannot choose. Someone said Rose.
Shout out to Rose, our moderator.
Yes, someone said Megan as well. So our host.
there's so many people involved in this grad show. Like I did that, everybody has a very important role to play. So
Yeah,
I think if we could, we'll put everybody's name there.
definitely. Someone said the awards as well. Cool. Okay. Thank you guys for your participation in this poll. So let's now move on.
Okay. So for now, we would like to invite our guest speaker and our alumni from SIM RMIT, Saleem Hadi, to share his BDCD experience and current projects. Welcome, Saleem.
Hello, hi everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Thanks for having me on board, and I think it's very great to see all of you guys. Can I see juniors? All right. Congratulations once again, and for putting this app together. So I'll probably be sharing with you some of my journey in a very quick cruising way, so that you guys have some questions to ask me, and then we can take this forth. Is that okay?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to share with you some of my screens. Just give me a minute now. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, this is basically my batch. I think this is very timely for me to just showcase who were my my angels, my devils, everyone who was working with me. The names were on the cake when we were graduating. So what actually happened? This brownie over here is actually me. In fact, my father actually wanted me to be a lawyer, but do not ask me what actually happened. So I am not a lawyer right now. I'm in the creative industry, and I've been doing this for coming to about 2 decades already. So even before joining a BDCD program, I was already in the creative sphere, either as an actor and all that stuff. I'll probably be sharing with you very soon. So basically, this is what I'm doing right now. This is what I'm actually encompassed. Apart from being a Saleem Hadi as who I am, I actually have organizations. One is a Black Express Media, and the other one is SITFI, which is a non-profit organization. All right, you can probably check about more this online later. Okay, I think there's someone's coming in. Okay, as I mentioned, I'm a filmmaker, producer, writer, media trainer, and theater practitioner. If you were to ask me, wow, Saleem, you're doing so many things, what would you be classified under, or what would you want to part away with? And I usually ask this question by asking myself, if someone were to put a loaded gun on my head, is it going to be a designer, a theater practitioner, or a filmmaker? I will probably pass on as a filmmaker. But no doubt, design has been a very integral part of my life, because to be honest, I was doing the ever famous like IT related matters then. But my friends in the design faculty in the industry were from designers. So they would ask me, can you give me some designs you might have? Very strange. So that's when I felt like, hey, you know what? I think there is something that I can contribute to the design industry. And that's the reason why I even joined the program. So, so this is a bit of my filmography or whatever I've done about 25 films for now. Some of them have won internationally, some of them have won locally. And some of the artworks that I usually used to do actually got to do with theater-centric or either film covers. Some of the visuals, as you can see, most of them are contributing to the Tamil community side. But there are some other commercial works that I've done for clients, which I can't show because of confidentiality issues and all that stuff. So these are all my personal works. Did I actually morph into a designer for across other moments? Yes and no. All right, and some of my productions have come on like CNA, Today's, and all that stuff. So wherever that's possible, I try to incorporate design. Like for example, if it's going to be like not within my budget that are given by the grants, usually I put on the hat of a designer So in fact, that is one of my a very cozy corner calling, where I have an opportunity. Hey, oh my God, yes, I got a chance to design. So, but because of commercial reasons, I actually went on to doing like film, theater, and all that stuff. Okay. If any point in time I'm going too fast, let me know, because I'm given a time. Okay. In fact, I was told to ask. I was asked to actually share some of my favorite works. In fact, most of the things that you are seeing here were actually works that I did when I was in the program. One of my favorites was actually Macbeth, the one that's on the right, sorry, leftmost. Seeing is not believing. What do you see? So when I was given the brief to actually make the book cover of any books that we like, that was one of the brief we were given. I immediately went to one of those books, which is Macbeth, that kind of like shaped my whole journey in my life right now. It's a play by Shakespeare, and that was my first play. And since then, there was no stopping in me loving literature. So it kind of goes about with the story of a warrior and how his life was kind of changed because of the prophecies by the three witches, who would have their cauldron to throw in all the spells and all that stuff. So, and he became a king eventually. And interestingly, he becoming a king brought about his own downfall. So, and he became evil over the years. So with all these concepts coming in, I was thinking, you know what, I'm personally very drawn to this visuals where you can see more than one things. All right. So I'm not sure whether you can see a few things. Would you want to give it a shot of what are the things you see in this particular image? Anyone?
See the cauldron.
Okay.
Three witches.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A crown.
I see an eye.
Ah, okay. Okay.
See the lower half of a man's face, like the nose and the beard.
Right. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. My design passed a bit. Okay. So, and thank you for your sharing. In fact, I wanted to have the base color to be red. And obviously, if your eye were to turn the reverse, then you are regarded as evil. So that's the reason why I intentionally made the guy's eye. Whoever said I started off with the eye first, because I think they say your eyes are the windows to your soul. So that was my central idea. After which I made everyone evil. So when the moment the eye is black inside, so that's why you can see the witches, their faces were also black. So to resonate that both of them have become one, which is actually the story eventually. So obviously the bottom part is more towards like the beard. I kind of made it more towards like the wood pieces to get the fire burning. So seeing is not believing. What do you see? So that kind of stuff I came about. And then another project that I really had a lot of fun, I would say. Don't ask me about the grades, but I mean, I did decent, okay. So was actually playing with typography. As you can see, the text was becoming a typographer. So my ideology with this was text was actually the spine. So the whole more like a pull-out kind of graphic was actually how the text is actually being the spine of our communication. So I had lots of fun playing with different typography. There's one point of time I loved Futura. Initially, in my earlier works, I was using Impact. I'm not sure how many of you are guilty of using Impact. It's not that bad a font. But I think my secondary school days, poly days, I was using a lot of Impact. After that, I said, you know what? Let's embrace minimalism in my life. So I kind of went on to using Futura. But is there anything that you all do not like about Futura font? Sorry, yeah, I'm talking a bit typography language. Yeah. Anybody do not like Futura for whatever reason? No, okay, fine. One of the things that did not work for me with Futura was actually their cursive, their question mark. And there were other things that was looking very whenever I look at Futura, it gives me the feel of like a Paris, Eiffel Tower. So Then slowly, right now, I've kind of embraced Avenir in my life. Avenir and actually Helvetica, and there's another font known as Gilroy. These are few fonts that are actually governing, and these are some other works that I was doing that I used it for my portfolio before I got into the entry for the program. This particular two images at the right extreme. Then I went on to being the few crew, actor, playwright here and there. Then I personally didn't like how people were directing. Then I went on to becoming a filmmaker, director, producer. So one of the biggest things that changed my life when I was in the program was thanks to Miss Iris, who was the course manager at that point of time. She kind of gave me a brief that say, hey, Saleem, you know what? In fact, she kind of gave it to everyone. So in which we can probably do anything. So most of my classmates were either good in illustration or animation and typography. So I was the only guy who seemed to say, you know what, I'm not video trained, but I've done some films. Can I work on something? So during this point in time, right, I've already made about 7 short films. Like as I mentioned to you in my typography, in my filmography, but none of it got anywhere, not even a consolation. That's when I said, you know what, Salim, you are a designer or a filmmaker? Can you make up your mind? Or are you a theater practitioner? Why are you such a confused soul? Then I say, you know what? This is going to be my 8th film. If I were to ever do this, in an event, if I don't get anything, I'm going to stop it right here. And I'm going to be just pursuing my design all the way. Probably working in advertising world. In fact, I'm still loving advertising industry for their print ads and all that stuff and their whole campaign. I just love advertising to a certain extent. So that's when I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to do a documentary. And one of the things that I truly believe is, if you were to do any work, be it print or be it video or be it anything, you must truly believe in it. You must be sold to that idea first. Because if you are not sold to that idea and you are half-baked and you're like, you know, should I do it, should I not? The likelihood that your clients getting being bought into the project is very, very rare. If you yourself can't sell your own idea, then what makes you think your client will buy your idea or buy into your idea? So when all this thing is happening, I felt that I need to make a short film that I believe in. And it happens to be that during that point of time, it was Sichuan earthquake. And I was personally very disgusted with the whole lip service that most of the people on the screen were doing. Oh yeah, I feel very sorry for them. But you can know for a fact whether they are sincere or not. So my team and I decided to, my team means they were not my classmates because they were saying, they were saying, I don't have time. So I would rather you work on your own. So I got my other friends out to help me out, where we went around asking people on what's their take on death, TAKE, what's their take on death. So 6:30 a.m. we started our shoot at East Coast Beach. 6:30 p.m. we ended. Within that week, we kind of put things together and we submitted it to the competition, which was part of Cannes. People call it CANNES, Cannes. I was told that it is supposed to be pronounced as Cannes Film Festival. So 1 week passed, 2nd week passed, 3rd week passed, and on the 4th week, we kind of got an email saying that, hey, Saleem, you know what, you have gotten an award. Then we hung up the phone twice, thrice. 3rd time or 4th time, they said, why are you Singaporeans so snobbish? Why can't you all just accept the award? That's when I realized, hey, you know what? The short film was picked up. So this was against the backdrop of SIM. I'm sure which you guys will be very, very familiar with. So we spent only $1, and the $1 is actually the flowers that I used in the film. So it was a 5-minute documentary. You can probably check it out on YouTube. It's titled TAKE. Probably I can share the links to the organizer of this, and they can probably share it with you. And interestingly, it was picked up at least than I expected. And there were about 33 contenders from all over the world. And this particular film got the Real Studios Cannes Distinguished Community Documentary Award. Since then, there was no stopping. I said, if your work is not acknowledged in Singapore, I'm sure there's somewhere else all around the world, somebody will resonate with you. So do not discount your work just because some of them say it's bad, blah, 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 blah. Believe in your product. That's what I would say to you. And since then, I graduated. And but after graduation, it was not that easy. Of course, I was just still looking for opportunities. But just because there were no opportunities, that did not allow me to just sit down at home. I just couldn't sit down. So I started creating my own content. I started reading a lot, newspapers and stuff. So in my journey of filmmaking, the society is something that I would say is my biggest inspiration. Sociology is something that I'm very drawn to as well. So most of my theater works, film works, or design works even, is very, very connected with the society. So there's this particular article that came up where there was a mix-up of semen sample. Then I kind of, again, reflected within myself, what would I do? Most of my work's backbone is, what will I do? What is my response? So then I kind of did a short film, which was more on IVF. So this was something that we coined. In fact, I wanted to call it, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to say something in Chinese. I wanted to make it into a narrative known as Zhongzi. Am I saying it correctly? Wrong?
Zhongzi.
Okay,
Yeah.
somewhere there. Somewhere there. So then I interviewed here and there. But this particular film is on YouTube. It has Chinese subtitles. Because why is this particular film having Chinese subtitles? Why is it having Chinese background music? Though it is a Tamil short film, you go and check it out. Okay. So this particular film again opened up few options in the international film circuit, and it came into the top 10 finalists out of the 600 films in Singapore submission. Then it was screened at IFA. Then again, it did not stop, and this journey, I became a writer as well. So my book got published in terms of Tamil books. Then again, I went on to doing some short films. And then again, society inspires me. So when I was the trainer, there were some students who was having this, what we call the ankle tag. So it was a device that's actually fitted on your legs to actually monitor your movements. So when I saw some students in secondary schools having this, that inspired me further to actually make a film, which is known as The Anklet. So this was certain visuals again, I came up. Most of my visuals, I try to keep it simple, and it has some kind of subtext to it. Like in terms of even this particular visual, again, if you were to ask me, how come your work a lot of reds? My works, for some strange reason, it's very backed with a lot of anger. But if you can contest me and say, hey, well, anger can be shown in so many other colors, why red? For some strange reason, I'm very drawn to this black, reds, and whites across my works. So again, this particular work went on to getting a lot of other releases here and there. Then I went on to New York to be selected as the only Tamil short film that to be shown in international arena. Then, as I mentioned, I became a writer. This was during my MA days in LaSalle. So after I graduated in 2008 from SIM, the next serious education I had after 10 years was at 2018. So I did my MA creative writing program. Then I became a bit of a poster boy again for them. I didn't expect it at all. Again, my lecturers kind of gave me a very, very poor grade. And I was very, very pissed off. And obviously my ego was slightly bruised. But out of the 12 stories I was writing, that is one story I truly believed in. I submitted it to GPA, Golden Point Award, which is happening right now as well. You guys should take part if you are interested. And that particular panel that was actually filled with other international writers, they said, Saleem, I think, you won the first prize. And it is for the English category, not even a Tamil. So that's when, again, I felt my writing had something. And again, I proved some of my lectures wrong, that sometimes whatever that does not resonate with them, not necessarily would not resonate with international audience. Then I started off with this inbox initiative, which is more of a film archival stuff. Again, some of the logos, this is the logos I came up with as well. And the recent award being the President's Fellowship Award. So that's the picture with President. And so that's basically my journey, and Humdrum is the latest project and latest offering I've done, which I'll be launching on Monday. So you can definitely go to my website, which is saleemhadi.com, and you can probably see some works. So this happened during COVID. So again, COVID did not stop me. What's up with this QR code thingy, everything? You can go and check it out. You will probably know on my site. And yes, I'm done with my presentation.
Thank
as much as I could.
you. Thank you, Saleem.
Yeah.
So it was really inspiring because actually quite a number of us come from a different background to designing.
Right.
So it really inspired us and made us realize that it's actually okay to choose more than one path. Like it's not like just designing that we have to stick to. Actually, quite a few of us also come from a film background, and like others come from like, you know, animation. So yeah, it was
great.
really inspiring. So thank you for that.
In fact, yeah. So I mean, design did not leave me lah. That's all I want to say. Like no matter I was in the program and I got out of the design to a certain extent, which I thought I did not get out of design at all. It was just with me all along. Yeah. Cool.
So you mentioned that you were working in the industry before enrolling into the BDCD program.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, how did you manage your time and work-life balance and also your personal projects and everything?
Okay. One thing is, in fact, the design agency I was working with was Singapore DDB. Very tough to get in. But if you are in, then that's great. So daytime, I kind of like have to give my time to what my art directors wanted. So I joined in as a junior art director. So I have to listen to them. So sometimes, as much as I'm very like pissed off, like, hey, how come your idea so crappy? But I stayed true with them and believed how they were actually maneuvering. So in the first half of the day, though I was working, I was in my learner mode. In my evening, which was actually from 11 to about 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., I was in putting on my creative hat for my own personal works. So every time I finish work and I don't like certain things of my work, I will look forward for the next one, which is my face. Every time I'm having a block in my own face, I'll look forward for my work face so that I get new ideas, new inspirations. So this is how I was toggling between my personal identity and my worker identity. Yeah.
All right. Thank you again, Saleem, for like the
Thank you.
insightful talk, and we hope that inspired some of you to push forward as designers.
Yeah.
So on to the next category, back to the awards. We have Most Lively Award. Without a doubt, any workplace needs their resident mood maker. This student is an energetic individual who livens up the mood and morale of the class wherever they go. Despite our class being physically divided, this student is often seen creating fun and productive environments that bring everyone together during remote and physical classes.
And the award goes to Rose. Congratulations, Rose. Please share the picture with us.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So first and foremost, I would like to thank those who gave me a vote for this award. I'm glad my weird crazy side was memorable to you guys, and I hope I sparked some joy into your days at school. And although I am presented with this award, I believe it is because I was surrounded by such positive and bright friends who gave me the energy to be such a lively person. My travel time from home to school is a little more than an hour, and sometimes I dread the morning classes. And I know I'm not the only one, but I never regret rolling out of bed and dragging myself to school because of the interactions I get to have with my friends and classmates. Because everyone is so kind and wholesome, even if you don't talk much. So I guess the enthusiasm came from you guys who never fail to make me smile. We started and ended off our BDCD journey in the midst of a pandemic, and there were many things we weren't able to experience. But I guess that's what makes us all the more special. We were able to bond without prejudices and just help each other out. I want to thank all my friends that I've made in the past year, as I find myself remembering all the fun times spent together. What would have seemed like a dull time was lightened up by your company. Thank you for always being so willing to share and give advice as well. I really wouldn't have survived this 1 year without you all. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our lecturers who managed to create a fun and engaging online and offline learning space for us amidst this pandemic. As we begin a new chapter in our lives, I hope we all step into it with bright smiles and full of spirit. Thank you and love y'all.
Thank you, Rose. Okay, we have one question for you.
Oh yeah. Question.
Okay, so actually, I really wonder what is it that makes you like, wait, let me rephrase. What makes you wake up every day and choose liveliness? Because like you're always so energetic. Like sometimes I just don't understand like how.
Actually, to be honest, like at home, I'm more like I prefer to be alone, like when I'm at home. But when I'm with friends, it's like I think it's like the energy that bounces, around me. And it's like I want to make people smile and like brighten up their day. So yeah, that's yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Rose.
Thank you.
Moving right along. So now we will present the Most Diligent Award. For most of us, passion was what inspired us to set off on our creative endeavor. Yet what really sets a great designer apart from the good is a creative's attitude and drive to learn new things every single day. The student is fueled by their deep passion in design, which results in their extensive efforts to produce stellar works consistently.
And the award goes to Yanling. Congratulations, Yanling. Please share a few words with us.
First of all, thank you all for the award. My name is Yanling and I've been pursuing graphic design since my polytechnic days, and my passion has always been strong since then. I came to this course well prepared because I knew that communication design is something that I will be doing for life since it is my passion. Honestly, I would say that my key takeaways from this course is not really about the knowledge or technical skills of design. I feel that what I actually gained was the experience of leading a team and guiding my peers who do not have much experience in this field. I've always been an introvert and I would usually avoid being the leader all the time, as I'm not the best at communicating my thoughts verbally. However, my experience in this course really allowed me and gave me the chance to improve my communication and leadership skills, while also building on my self-confidence, which I believe is beneficial for my personal growth. Communication design and graphic design have been my passion for years, which pushes me to do my best in whatever work that I do. Since it is both my strength and something that I love, I will always put a lot of pressure and expectations on myself, apart from those coming from the others. It is something that I take pride in, and I will always treat my work I will always treat my work with great responsibility and passion. People will always say that if you do what you love, you will never have to work a day in your life. However, I feel that since I'm doing something that I love, naturally I will always put in my best effort and treat it seriously. And yes, I will still feel stressed most of the time, but I will feel even more stressed if I don't feel stressed. So this type of stress is something that I'll be willing to face and embrace because I do not want to disappoint myself. And so I think that passion is a powerful driving force that everyone needs for their dreams. I would like to thank my friends who were there for me when I was feeling a lot of stress, and the friends who I confided in about my problems. I would also like to thank my co-lead, Belinda, for being an amazing and supportive partner throughout the whole creation of this grad show, and for speaking up on behalf of me whenever I feel overwhelmed by the weight of the responsibilities. And also to the project management team, who did their best in managing and overlooking all the teams to make sure that they are doing okay. And lastly, I would like to thank the BDCD lecturers for their continuous support and guidance in this journey. So happy graduation to the class of 2021, and I hope that the new batch of students will also gain a meaningful and fruitful experience from this degree program amidst the pandemic. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Yanling. So I have one question for you. What inspired you to take up design and stick to it?
Actually, since young, I've always been interested in the arts, and my childhood dream was to actually become a fashion designer. But back in secondary school, I discovered graphic design, and I decided to pursue it in Polytechnic. And yeah, so here I am today, doing
Nice.
communication design. Yeah.
All right, that's really amazing. Okay, moving on. For our last category, the Most Keen Learner Award. To quote our lecturer, Chris, what matters most in a designer is their attitude. The student has been proactive in their learning and has gone beyond regular curriculum. They are determined to resolve any puzzles encountered along the way to establish a deeper understanding of their community of practice.
And the award goes to Shakira. Congratulations, Shakira. Please say a few words to us.
Okay, so hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shakira. And firstly, I would like to kickstart my speech by thanking my friends and family for making time out of their busy schedule to come and support me today. So first and foremost, I would like to thank my cohort mates who have voted for me. And I really appreciate you guys thinking about me because I seriously wouldn't be able to win this award without you guys. And I feel blessed to be receiving the Most Keen Learner Award. And for this reason, I would like to thank my parents and my lecturers as they are the main reason why I'm receiving this award today. They have been guiding me and supporting me throughout my entire journey in this design program. And my parents, they have witnessed how I spend sleepless nights working on my assignments, and they've always been there to give me words of encouragement and motivations. And to my lecturers, especially Chris and Reg, thank you for believing in me. It's definitely not easy being a team lead while trying to juggle between my school assignments and my work, but you guys believe in me. And for that, I really value and treasure that trust. So with this being said, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate my colleague, Jachi, as well as other team leads. You guys are seriously awesome. Well done on leading your team to this great day. Lastly, shout out to my awesome friends, Rashika, Nakiba, Fina, Atika, Sophia, YX, and Natida for making uni less stressful. These people have been my pillar of support since day one of uni. And thanks for being the people for whom I could always reach out to, be it about my design assignments or just personal stuffs. So seriously, thank you for being a part of my uni life and letting me be a part of yours. Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you, Shakira. I have a question for you. So, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned from this course?
to me, like what I learned from this course and my journey as a lead is that one most important thing is that while being a lead, the most important thing is trust. Firstly, you will have to trust your, like while working with other people, you will have to trust your members. And like, even if you don't think that person, like he or she can do it, you would have to give them the opportunity to do it, because when you give them the opportunity, at least he or she will learn something. So trust is very important. And I would say that communication is also important. So being a team lead, I learned that you will always have to communicate with your team members, because as a team lead, I always get like updated about this kind of infos. But like I imagine myself like in their shoes, so they will want to know about this kind of stuff also, you know. So yes, I would say that trust and communicate. That's the two most important things that I learned in this journey. Yeah.
Wow,
So,
that's good.
Thank you, Shakira. Congratulations to all the awardees. Thank you guys so much for contributing to this amazing experience and working with us on this journey together. So now, let's give it up for one of our SIM lecturers, Cavvy, to give a speech for us. Cavvy, please take it away.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, a very good afternoon. Looks like we're going to do some YouTube kind of things here, right? Okay. First of all, thank Roy and Shannon for the introductions. And first of all, I'm honored to be invited to say a few words here, and would like to thank the 53 collectives for this wonderful grad shows. So a little bit introductions. I'm Uncle Cavvy, and I'm associate lecturers with RMIT, and I also taught in many others school as well. I think Alice and Grace she's here, right? Were actually my former students in their previous institute. I love teaching's job, basically. So the most satisfying moment, I should say, is, as an educator, is to know what is to know that your student actually graduate and grow intellectually and happy doing what they are doing. I think this is the most satisfying things for me, or even I think most of the lecturers will agree with that. And in fact, many of my students who graduate are in design, production house, and in fact, most of their works as well. Just a little bit of promo. Watch out, Channel 5 drama series, The Algorithm, episode 3, which is next Tuesday, coming Tuesday, 9:30, directed by my student SJ. You will be probably seeing me in one of the acting role as the head of security. So check it out. All right, have fun with it. Have a good laugh. Okay, it's a serious show, but it looks. If I'm inside, it's always a comedy. Sorry. 6 years ago, one of my former students from Polytechnic, actually, she is your alumni. She's from the batch 13. Her name is Angela Lim. She's in this chat box as well. She asked me, why don't I consider teaching in RMIT since you love teaching so much? So I said, I love to, but there wasn't any vacancies for lecturers. Then she directed me to this super helpful lady. She's not here today. Her name is Kim. All right, so I was like, wow, so excited. And next thing, she gave me the emails, and I forward my CVs to her, and then she then reverted back to RMIT. And guess what? After 8 months, almost close to a year, I received an email from this gentleman. All right, his name is Prof. Neil. Okay, he told me, he said he's coming down in town and would like to meet me up for a chat. So I still remember the scene vividly. We went to Takashimaya, his hotel is somewhere around there, and we went to one of these Japanese restaurants called Sushi. I'm not too sure some of you might have heard this before. So the best part that we had sushi, we had sake, all right? I think that's the trick. We had sake. We chat a lot about education system, about the creative industry, and many, many other things. So the best part is that the more I talk, and we're not talking about the job, you know, so I kind of a little bit worried. I say that, okay, Prof, so when will be my interview? He said, what? You just did it. And yeah, here I am till date. So bottom line is my patient pay off lah. All right, my patient pay off, 8 months wait, and I got a job. So the moral of the story, this true story, is that the opportunity is everywhere. All right, you need to action on it. We have been hearing a lot of excuses that, you know, times are bad and I'm not getting a chance, etc., etc. But my point here is that nobody owns us anything in this world. All right, not even your parents or not even this country. Okay, you have to work for it. I learned about this. There's this formula: opportunity time luck time action equal output. Opportunity, I can give you 100%, 100% luck, but zero actions, everything get into a zero output, no result. So for the graduates, we have provided you with the new skills and the knowledge. All right, maybe it's probably new to them. To some of you, it's not new. So you might be probably a relearn thing. And with that piece of certificate, you know, that piece of certificate you will be getting soon with your name on it, just mean that we acknowledge you, that you know what you are doing. All right, doesn't mean you're better off in anything, any you know, better than anybody out there. So means that with that cert, you can find out, you know, you are qualified to actually explore a bigger arena. All right. So the keyword here I would want to put it across is for this new era is called be adaptable. You need to be adaptable. All right. It's not that once you get a cert, you find a job and you work, because you expect, I think earlier there's many speakers of that. All right. Which you hear, they graduate from MIT, but they are doing different things, you know. So be adaptable. So continue to learn and explore new things in life, and don't stop there. Leave this place with great memories and with all your good friendships here. Stay connected, because things to note, this industry is very, very small. In fact, Singapore is so small. All right, so explore other places as well. All right, like what Jian-Ming has said, you know, earlier. You are bound to see, you know, each other in some other industry. Okay, so for the incoming batch, if you are here, start fresh, be open to learn, and be prepared for many breaks in this program, like what you all mentioned yesterday, right? There are many breaks, right? So be prepared. That kind of break are not break, all right? So good luck to you all. And maybe I just want to wrap this up. Lastly, I would like to thank a few more people, okay? Better grab this opportunity here, because as some of you might know, right, BDCD 19, this batch is my last batch with RMIT. I'll be moving on to new adventures. I'll be leaving educations for good for the time being. All right, maybe I'll be back in another 10 or 15 years later for my retirement, maybe. So, of course, I want to thank Kim, Chris, Jack. Thank you very much for all your support you have given me all these past many years, and especially our constant crazy chat online. And I always meet up with Chris sometimes just for over a cup of coffee, and yeah, we have crazy talks. Okay, yeah, but definitely we will find times for coffee once the dust settles and all this COVID is gone. We'll definitely have that time. The other one is SIMGE team in Singapore. I'm not too sure they are here, but thank you for the excellent support as well, and necessary arrangement for associate lecturer. So they did a good job. Special thanks to Wen Hui, but she quitted SIM. She's amazing. When previous year she was arranging my trip to Melbourne. Amazing job, but sadly she left SIMG. And also thanks to RMIT lecturers whom I have worked with, a few of them here as well in Melbourne. Back, Neil, there are two Neil. The other modules that you all know, the other Neil that taught you all. So thanks on that. But last but not the least is Rick. Very great dedicated lectures who has made this program run smoothly. All right. So I'm not saying that the past is screwed up, but it's much better. Without her, I think we are like, don't know what's happening here. So, okay, I think that's all I would like to say. And thank you very much for the time hearing me. I'll be running a workshop later after all these sessions. I wish all of you the best of luck, and I'll see you around. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Cavvy. Actually, we have one question for you.
Good.
What is your fondest memories with teaching our cohort?
I must say that we all started off online, right? We have like 5 sessions of online using Zoom and all those things. I mean, I taught online for other institutes as well, but for your batch, it's like this kind of very fun. It's like, I kind of like look forward to come online, and then we have a chat. I mean, you split into groups and all those things. We have fun. And then a little bit of, we are sitting in front of cameras, and it's like, you lose that kind of human, not touch, but the human elements there. The energy is not there. So after that, 5 sessions on Zoom, then we went to the class. And, when I was there, I realized that this batch is like, this class, in fact, the 2 class, we have 2 different energy there as well. The class is kind of a little bit overwhelmed. Everybody was very into what they are doing, okay? And I know the project is a little bit dry and a little bit taxing on some of you all, but I guess we had many very fun session engaging in the classroom. All right, the online is still okay, but the online, the face-to-face session was very fun. I just, it's very ideal kind of facilitations kind of teaching, where you actually as students that come up and shares your experience, and those are the things I thought that, it's perfect. This is the way we should teach, moving forward in other institutions as well. So I think it's not a one-man's job. It's actually everybody by getting this knowledge across all. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Cavvy.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing with us everything. Next, we will announce our winners for the BDCD Prom King and Queen. These individuals are charismatic and without a doubt iconic, even within our 53 collective. And the award goes to Tyrone and Shannon. Congratulations, Tyrone and Shannon. Please share a few words with us.
Hey, Tyrone, you can go first.
Hi. Can you guys?
Yep.
So, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Honestly, right, I don't know how I won this award. I really don't know how I won this award, but yeah, I'll just use this as a platform to thank everyone, I guess. So coming into this course, right, I wasn't from a design course also. I was actually studying film. So yeah, coming to this course, I don't know anything about design. So but my first group project was with Michelle, I believe. And I think, yeah, she taught me like what I needed to know about design. Like, she was basically the first teacher I had in this course, I would actually say so. Yeah. Then moving on, I would like to thank the lecturers also. I may not be the best student in class, to be very honest. But thank you for being very patient with me. And I'd like to thank my promotion team also, for being very patient with me also. Shout out to my boss, Shakira, for being very patient with me. Yeah. What? Sorry, I never prepare anything. So I'm just gonna say what I feel and in this moment. To my 52 other friends, I hope I made a very good impression to you guys throughout the year. Even though I may look very scary, some of y'all don't really dare talk to me, I guess. But I hope, like, I'm not like that, guys. I really am not like that. So you guys don't have to be afraid to talk to me, actually. And yeah, I hope you guys continue inspiring me, man, and inspiring people around you with your design, your works. Cause I've been very inspired by all of y'all. So yeah, man. All the best to the 52 others, I guess. I think I'll just end my speech here, because I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just know that I'm very thankful. I'll just end my speech with a quote. Not a quote, but a line from my favorite Disney movie. It's from Moana. So basically, what did Moana say? There's just no telling how far I'll go. So basically, if y'all don't try, y'all will never know how far you go. Because I know how design is very scary. Even for making videos, it's very scary. You don't know what you put out there, people will like or not. And design wise also. But if you never go, you don't know how far you go, man. Yeah, so that's all I have to say, I guess. I wish everyone here peace and safety always during the pandemic. And I wish you guys all the best in your future endeavors.
Hey, Tyrone. Thank you for sharing. And now, Shannon, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the nomination as prom queen. I'm truly honored and blessed to receive this award. This was really unexpected. I mean, we don't have prom, but well, here I am, prom queen. So when I first came to the RMIT BDCD, I was honestly intimidated. First reason was knowing that I was one of the youngest in the cohort, and second, being someone who lacked experience from the industry. I graduated from Poly May last year, and then I just dived right into BDCD in July. So I was really overwhelmed and even pressured. I saw so many works by my classmates that made me doubt myself as a designer. Despite all these obstacles, I was able to overcome this doubtful mindset by confronting the negative emotions that I had. And this was with the help of my family and friends and my fellow BDCD classmates. These are the people who always encouraged me and pushed me to believe in myself. So shout out to my parents over here, and then my friends who are here as well, like Isabel, Lara, Charles, Sauzan, and Nap. Okay, we were all taught to have dreams and aspirations and try to be someone who impacts the world in a big way. But we tend to forget that every single day, we make the world a better place. We impact someone's life, even if it's in the smallest way. So I would like to end this speech with a quote from one of my favorite authors. And it says, "To be empowered, to be free, to be unlimited, to be creative, to be genius, to be divine. That is who you are. Once you feel this way, memorize this feeling. Remember this feeling. This is who you really are." This is from Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I invite you all to keep changing the world, friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. That was wonderful. And congratulations on being prom king. And congratulations, Tyrone, on being prom king.
Okay, so back to the program. Okay, now we will be opening up a Q&A session with our lecturers and students. Today we have our lecturers, Jack, to join us in this session. And yeah,
hello.
So let's give it up for her.
Hi, Jack.
Hi.
Hi, Jack.
Hello. Is it just me?
Yeah, because Lay's not here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What's up,
Also, we'll
everyone?
be checking the Menti Q&A poll. So we'll be picking out interesting questions. So be sure to vote for your favorite questions on Mentimeter. Yep, take it away, Jack.
Take it away. Where do I take it?
As in you do the questions.
Sorry, what do I do again?
Oh, wait, hold up. Does anyone have any questions for Jack? Okay, so Michelle says you can share with us your journey with RMIT.
All right, okay. Share. Okay, so with RMIT, I think it all began in the 7th intake. So that was many years ago, I think 11 or 12 years ago. So that's when I had a lot of fun learning about what design thinking really is. I think Rose sent me two questions, which is what made me want to become a designer. So I stumbled into it when I was 17, when I was considering whether to go into Polytechnic or the junior college route. And I think like many of you, I was really interested in art. I was interested in drawing, interested in, just doodling and stuff like that. And I probably definitely didn't know what design really is about, So that's when I decided to go for the Polytechnic route in Temasek. Anybody in Temasek here? What was from Temasek? Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. And do you like teaching us? Oh, yeah. Moment, let me just finish up here. And then so when I was in visual comm, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, and definitely didn't know what graphic designing is really all about. So until I started my first job in Singapore Press Holdings, working on the countless infographics, that's when I really started to love what graphic design maybe is about, trying to make the complex simple. But then I didn't know what that concept really is about yet, So until then, that's when I decided to sign up to RMIT, SIM RMIT, and then and I never looked back ever since. So I really enjoy how design has affected me, like when my work is out in the public, So I think design can be very fulfilling, and I really encourage for all of you to learn and have that for yourselves. And of course, the sleeplessness does not stop. don't worry, it doesn't stop. Okay, but you will really have a fun, fulfilling designer life if you lead it well. Yes, I do enjoy teaching everyone. Of course, I think Cavvy has really echoed my thoughts. I think this year's batch is really quite different. Like from the digital, the Zoom sessions, and how everyone was able to kind of mingle through chat, which I think is the norm nowadays, right? And having to see all the emoticons, everyone chipping in your thoughts. I think that the synergy kind of carried through to the hybrid class in school. And then I've really felt like this year's everyone has really put in their best, and I've never seen a batch that has ever had such a thoughtfulness, in the design. Whether you are well equipped or not, I think these things can be trained, but it all begins with the attitude, which I think I see a lot of that in this year's batch, and I really hope for all the best for everyone. Yeah, any other questions? What was your favorite part of teaching at SIM or MIT? I said it. Best memory for each class. Don't know leh. It's been so long ago. It's 1 year. I don't know, having tea breaks, getting you guys to buy drinks for me. Oh, and the breakfast that Shannon bought. I mean, who was it? Ray bought breakfast for me.
McDonald's big breakfast.
Yeah, that was great, man.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Only I buy. Oh yeah, thanks Russell. I recognize that. Yes, he bought it for me. Differences between current batch and the previous batches. Yeah, I think definitely like I said, the biggest one was the digital, the Zoom classes that really helped kind of synergize everyone. Like everyone, there was no no one was biased to each other, you know. On digital, you can't really see your faces, you can't tell how you talk. You know, you just do what you have to do, you know, and then that kind of help when you're in class, you know, then that's when you start to mingle and then you find out what everybody is like, of course, face to face, and then I think that really helped lah. Okay, what else? Mark this answer. Who was your favorite student?
I think I'll just add in a little bit because that kind of question sometimes is very tricky. Which batch better, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think there's no good batch or
yes,
whatever
I
batch.
agree.
Yeah,
I
because
agree
every batch will be different. As educator, as I mentioned, adaptability, right? So we kind of work towards whatever batch that comes to us. We will teach differently. We will approach differently as well.
Yeah,
some batch will be a little bit more stricter. Some they are very dependent, right, Jack?
I totally agree. I think every batch is different. Just like this batch stood out a lot to me because you guys started out with the Zoom classes, and I think that really helped in terms of synergizing everybody and like kind of getting everybody to get to know each other better without any biasness. Who was your favorite student in our batch? Everybody lah. Tell us how you. What is the next question? Thanks for the card, right? Yeah, for sure. I'm moving house, so no more Pongo already. Tell us how you juggled with least favorite. What ex? You better don't ask lah. Tell us how you juggled with work and your kids. I think that's a very tricky because you know with work and having a kid, and it really helps to have my own business because it gives me a lot of flexibility, and of course, you know, working at night when it's all quiet, everyone's sleeping, that's the best lah. And of course, that doesn't help my sleep schedule at all. But it helps me to also be there for my kid so that I can see her grow and yet be there for the business as well. Yeah. What else? Last day still get scolded. Sorry lah. How was adjusting to online teaching? I think for everyone is everyone's still adjusting to it even till now. Whether is it a student or a lecturer, everyone is still adjusting to online classes or being online. To be honest, it's a learning curve. You know, sometimes it gets better, sometimes it gets worse. You know, I think for lecturers it's a bit more challenging because having to get everyone together, you know, is probably tougher than having everybody in class. More for the Melbourne lecturers because I think right now they have a lot of online classes. But it's good for us because since last August we have moved on to hybrid classes in school. What is the most challenging? Online teaching is hard. Yeah, I think Reg would know. What is the most challenging? I think I only took online classes for 2 weeks maybe. So I would say the challenge is for us in SIM RMIT is that we have to keep remembering to log onto the Canvas so that we can record the classes. I think that's because we have to do the logistics stuff and make sure that everyone's attendance is recorded. That's all. Anything else? Who is your favorite colleague? Is that a question too? Has to be Cavvy. Cavvy, don't leave lah. Any advice for the graduating 53 collective? I think be open about anything that comes your way because you never know what's out there, especially in this time. It may seem challenging. It may seem challenging, but you know, I have to say for this year, since the pandemic started, work has been crazy on my end, you know, and I think for marketing and graphic design, it is bustling. People are looking for jobs. Like there are a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to be open about what you can find, you know. So don't be afraid. There's really a lot of work that's out there at the moment, and people are really looking for new designers all the time. And the design has kind of shifted from print more to digital as well, and rightly so, because you know everything's all digital now. And I just feel like you guys please do not be scared about what's coming to you. You know, just go out there, be brave and courageous, and make the most of what you have, you know. Yeah. And you know, I think just take whatever comes your way, and try to learn. Take the time. If you can't find anything, just keep learning and growing. Whether is it your capabilities or how you are as a person. I think that you guys are very young and you have so much ahead of you. You know, just make the most of it. Yeah, I think I answered this. How do they keep up with the times and design trends? Yeah, a lot of digital stuff that I have coming on to me right now, and I am getting a lot of social media queries not right at the moment. So I think that's really the way to go. I haven't tried to master TikTok. It's really beyond me. I've got clients asking about, oh, can we inject TikTok into our business? Please, let's do it. Can I not? It's another thing to learn. Rose is good at TikTok. Okay, maybe Rose can be my teacher. Okay. Any advice for us when we get into the work life?
Sure. No crash course.
Okay. I'll see you. You give me a crash course, okay, Rose? Yeah. Just be brave. There's a lot out there. A lot of opportunities, really. Don't cry. Yeah, I know. Not in my PJs. I think I answered this. What else? Cavvy, is Jack your favorite colleague too? I think Chris. What is the one quote that you always relate to? I don't know. There's so many quotes everywhere. But you know, I've always my first proper job after SPH was at a branding company, and then the interview was this my creative director. He told me that he's always looked for passion in young designers. So I think that is definitely the one thing that really stood out to me all the time whenever I look for young designers, and whenever I teach any class. That is the one thing that I look out for, the passion that I have, that you guys have, you know. So I think if you have it and you live it and you breathe it and it shows in your work, people can see it, you know. So yeah. And of course, it's the same guy who tells me that if you can design, you can cook. That hasn't happened for me. What else? How has design changed your perspective? And I think Rose asked me that previously as well. I think design has changed me in many ways. Like design thinking, like from how I organize my wardrobe to how I organize my desk, and also down to driving. It affects every single decision, you know, like which is the best route to get to my place, or like what do I need to stop. I think these are small things, design thinking, that has affected me in my daily life as well. And when I think about doing anything, I think about who I'm doing it for and how can I make their experience better. You know, like if I'm cooking, like, or I don't know, for my daughter, like how can I make a rounded experience for her? You know, I think that's how design has changed me as a person. And of course, it also changed me, like whenever I look at bad design, then it really affects me, like how can I make it better as well. So I think it's a book hazard lah. What is your best memory with Cavvy? His uncle advice lah.
Actually, Jack and I, sometimes because both of us run our own design consultancy service, right? So sometimes we'll just hop by to say, hey, Jack, do this project or do that project. But sometimes bad clients, you want to do She said, "Don't give me the bad one." Huh?
Yeah. Like
So,
some jobs
yeah.
I've asked Cavvy before, and he said, maybe not. Will you be doing workshops like Cavvy too? Unlikely. I mean, I'm really maxed out. I feel like I maxed out my bandwidth. There's so much work coming in, you know. It's just impossible. But you know, I'll leave the workshops to Cavvy, which is what he's good at. You know, I don't think I'm that good at workshops, so I'll leave it to him. He's great at it. Okay, is that all?
All right. So that wraps up the Q&A session.
Thank you all for the wonderful questions. Wow, what a wonderful journey with our students. With this, we finally come to the end of today's event. Before we really end off, let's take a look at our student highlight reel and meet our 53 students. As they say, the end is the beginning. We wish all our graduates the very best in their postgraduate studies and endeavors in their next chapters in life. For the aspiring undergraduates, we hope that you will find yourself and discover your identity as designers during your journey with BDCD, just as the 53 of us have. Thank you so much for your time and generous support for 53 Collective. Let's put our hands together for Reg, our program coordinator, to give the closing speech. Reg, take it away.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. I'll keep this short. So thanks so much, guys, for the great program, and the camaraderie and the friendships you developed in a year is truly inspiring. So I spent a lot of time thinking about what to say for this closing speech. And I thought to say something about taking your newly acquired strategic thinking skills and applying it to make the world a better place, or to be leaders in innovation and continue to challenge how people value design in Singapore and beyond. But I know that most of you will already be doing this and so much more. So instead, here's my advice for you as you transition into the world of professional practice. Be a good human being. Over the past year, we have encouraged you to work with human-centered design methods, but to be able to design for people meaningfully and effectively, you will need to not only just understand their needs and wants, but to respect the people you are designing with and designing for, to acknowledge rather than persecute flaws, and to celebrate who they are rather than who you think they should be. And this is the space where all great design thinking comes from. You can be the world's most skilled graphic artist, coder, UXer, multimedia producer, brand specialist, etc., etc. But seriously, that won't matter unless you see the bigger picture and truly understand the social, cultural, and personal context in which these people exist. So in short, be considerate, be kind, and most importantly, don't be an arsehole. Okay? So with that, I congratulate you once again for making it successfully to the end, and I genuinely wish you all the very, very best. Please stay in touch via social media, enjoy Cavvy's workshop, and then go out and celebrate. Go wild, okay? You've earned it. And also, lastly, before we all go, Cavvy, and on behalf of Neil and all the staff at RMIT, a huge big thank you for all your hard work and dedication over the last 4 years. Seriously, this program wouldn't be the same without you. So thanks, Cavvy, and thank you everyone. Okay, keep in touch. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Reg. Well, that wraps up our grad show. Thank you all for making the time in your busy schedules to join us here today. It has been a pleasure to host this grad show, and remember, you can still visit our website at 53collective.com to learn more about our students. So now we're gonna have a class photo.
Can we do,
Yes.
yeah. Let's do a class photo. Yay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I will do the
Okay.
countdown. Everyone's ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Nice.
All right, coolsies.
Woo.
Yay. Okay. So for family and friends, thank you again for joining us. You may now leave this session. Thank you, everyone. See you all.
Thank you.